Au ya you. You will lay a desire. Then I'd wear that power. Gay, via Yatty, this again. I say, oh, me, I'm right. And by doing you, I'm a part of my trade, well, on it goes away. Alas, I will that Gianna, we say you. Papa Mora, get me up when anywhere, Momba Sivole. L'arrangeur parmi national, très trop fort. We are glad that we want by say so where that you are. I want Saibo. There be oh. Do a Bible you go back for Monyo. Papa Yengita, Petit, brother Fassoni. Kaidaka. Bena Paya Posa go, Mambo Panjago. Apple blow a café. One posa your café. We are for them one money up a clay you can. None your see one. What's the matter to your way at being on your own? Emma, Nesseto. Which is a book, where they have it. Go on, yeah, I can't salute. What's to get that to your way at being on your own? Emma, Nesseto. Now, which is a book, where they have it. Go on, yeah, can you get? Now, getting your bed when I know sound safely on it. Yeah, let's do what we just grab it to work on. Say your book on ya. Are you a no? Saibo Dachiano, and we say you over. I want to you come on, need a boy. And yes, I'm going to buy them with Mwege. Hey, Imo, am I gay? One of what I want, I guess me, I'm done, and in the world. Oh, ow. Saibo Dachiano, and we say you over. So like it, I'm going to never boy. Netoni and Rayo. Hey, are you? Papa, just say, oh, yeah, I'm a walking ever. Kaidaka, when it was to work, I go to let you know your way. I just know. This is what I say. Saibo, yeah, you like to have them one way. One name on the tele by Botamu, Tanyada. Planning Papa, Benegasia, Baka on Lage, the Buesipo, the BSCB. The 10 years ago, you can up one. There was a bob, was a dress, you, Mambo, Palipo, Botagiano, and I will say you over. I will. Saibo. In back to a black jabla, so say. I just want to lay a bat to an apple, you see you okay. Wait, you, Ivo, Saibo Boba. And they didn't go from Rock, where John B. Bangla. On the Kriana, walk like a bad day, Benoit. Just a was when you're naturally not clever, Sule. Saibo, that Giano, and I will say you over. I'm done it. So walk away. And no Russell, gave a gospel. South Africa, under your fault, your way. Thank you for your work there and my one. I'm the Pope and Yahoo. Don't finish it, I say, oh, Clavodio. Say, back in where we are coming. Saibo that Giano, and I will say you over. Aba people swero ni nde swero. Kwa munga duma get dota siko bala. Kabo jo ase. Ke po swero buzo bloke. Say ya re ase o pa ye no. Ken monde ye. Yo pa play your thing mo play ya now. Ariwo ase o pa ye. Amo amora da o. Saibo that Giano, and I will say you. I wish a rule of the open. So, Saibo, 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 that young man that will take you. Mon pop man down le mairie, read on your man, that's a roof. When you know I say, it's a mayo. That was why you also want to when you. I'm original, I say,
Oui, il a fait une chanson à Moblé Production, voilà. Et Moblé Production, c'est une structure qui est créée pour les jeunes qui sont dans le guémon, pour les jeunes de l'US tout. Moblé Production est là pour produire les jeunes talentueux, cachés, que les gens ignorent. Donc notre devoir, c'est de produire des talents cachés. Alors, il a fait un son pour Moblé Production.
Arrangé Eric Glodé, le don de Dieu pour la musique de l'Ouest. Je te détesterai jamais. Jamais, jamais, au grand jamais. Moblé Production, Abia Dia Oboa, Amounia Grand, moi et toi Pierre. Moye, Pierre, moye, moye, Pierre, moye, à toi Pierre Dia Vele, Pierre, moye, ah Pierre, oui. Ndato Pierre se prononcer ide, à toi Pierre Dia Vele, à Corsia o, moye, Pierre, moye. Mosa bosa iko moye Pierre ji mo were mandoye mo a Pierre ji mo were mandoye mo Pierre we bebe ha ji a were Pierre mo moye moye o Pierre moye o Pierre moye o Pierre ji a were ba lo poje yo ji a were so no dunia embe Amado, let's appeler. J'ai mon équipe à yon nez, Mawa dia équipe à yon nez, J'ai plébonné na kanyopo. Si à vous tiena, de kanywe. Kanyon de koga, c'est pas du pléa. Pierre moye, Pierre moye, Pierre moye, mon garba, oh yawesa. Moye, Jiblo, no pigeon boba, Yeruno. Ma boye blé, Pierre, moye, mon blé production. Au Pierre, mon blé production. À ça au clano. Yahweh a quel homme au côté. Pierre, moye, Pierre, moye. Pierre moye, Ericona, Pierre moye, ah Chalicona, Pierre moye, ah to Pierre moye, die na pa yeble, to Pierre die na pa yeble, ah nie Pierre we, ah Pierre we. Pierre moye, Erico jato Pierre mare bomu jato Pierre Erico de bomu jato Pierre Miomo daka yo jale ko ye nyowo pa opa bla ye de nyani ye ble kwa kije dia o anade kro aja be atia nyoro agbade ke abudi ye ono homono ne ka double ye so bo somo so ble so danyo paseble asenyo na yeta esa ye dibo sanere e to Pierre jawe ke to Pierre point so weke to Pierre iwa mo pa kaya no e ka sene la taya mo la osiane to Pierre ji agba ide papa ko ya o a to Pierre moye ah tu agba mo e dibe ko agba mo e you agba mo e Pierre we Pierre you agba mo e Pierre we ah Pierre mo moye o Pierre mo moye kayo padà we nebo kango kayo padà we nebo kango ah tideji ah tideji we ah mara tidie me o awo moye o buba kari to kwene to wake asa o made moye Pierre mo moye Pierre mo moye Pierre Momoye, c'est Sonia Routier, assez Maman Soleil, Angela Wayne, et Bobo Panglobrier, Angela Wayne, Nama Bobo Panglobrier, Angela Wayne, Angela Dieu, Majapa Keyo, Daria Dieu, Moye, Angela Momoye, ah oh, Maman Bokembla, Tia, Maman Kemblode, where you José Majeki, José, Mama José, Taniaki, Handa Nicola, Memotia, Mada Nicola, Taniaki, Nicola Breto Yamo, Otuachi, Naipo de Wenge, Blawen on la Chili Agia, Agaro, Moye, Piero Moye, 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 Piero Moye, Moye, Ale, Moye, Moye.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Never be this guy, never.
Good evening, folks. Samson to Labrampa Radio. I want to welcome all of you again. Why always having peanut in my hair when I'm speaking to my brothers and sisters. Welcome, folks. Samson to Labrampa Radio. We're going to have fun here tonight. We want to welcome all of you that's been listening. Thank you very much. We know we're missing Mr. Soul because he usually come on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. But as you know, Mr. Soul is bereaved, and as we speak, Mr. Soul is in Liberia, taking care of business, and will continue to keeping me our prayers. I ask all of you to please continue to keeping me our prayers as well, because it's not a little thing. This is a very tough situation. Having your own brother passing, that's not easy stuff. So we'll continue to pray for him and the family. And we were supposed to show you some video here as a way of LPR, telling the brothers and sisters that attended, those who attended and those who didn't even go. The fact that you have the mind to tune in, we said thank you. But we were going to show you a video here where Mr. Soul was able to welcome brothers and sisters and welcome on our Wednesday show. We will make sure to try to bring it up to you. We said thank you very much. Safety. Please, this holiday, please be careful. Things might not be your fault, but if you're ready, you will be successful. All I'm saying is just be careful. It's winter time. As you know, the winter is going to be terrible in the East Coast this weekend, if it's not already there. So I'm asking all of you to be very careful. Those of you that are driving at night, those of you that work at night, take yourself, besides the blanket, the water, and the flashlight in your car, also have some rag, towels, old towels, what have you. So that when you get out, you take the towel and wrap it around your batteries. Because it's very important when it gets cold. Sometime in the morning when you get ready to go home, you might not be able to start your batteries. But when you wrap it around, you keep it warm. And so when you're ready, it will crank in for you. That safety tip. Please. Snow, ice, they're on the floor, on the road. Be careful. Give yourself at least 15-20 minutes ahead of your schedule so that you don't have to be in a rushing position. Because if you are, your thinking faculty is out of the window completely. Take your time. Don't rush it. It's car you're driving. Other people are driving. You don't know the abilities of the people. You only know yourself. But if you put yourself in a position that perhaps you can be defensive in terms of accident, what have you will stand a better chance. All we're trying to say is, please stay safe. One last thing before I go on here. Don't drink and drive. Especially, you say, oh, Mr. Koto, it's too cold. Yeah, Mr. Cold, Mr. Toe, it's the same. Who cares? But it's too cold. I need to warm myself up. Warm yourself up in your bedroom, in your living room, in your domicile. Don't go anywhere else and warm yourself out, especially if you have to drive. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. The safety you are, not necessarily just for you alone, it's for other folks as well. Samson to Labrampa Radio. Welcome. Come with me. Let's start the program because we're not going to be here that long tonight. I want to once again, let me tell all of you that tune into Labrampa Radio, tell you thank you very much. It's a packed show tonight. We're going to do our best to show you some stuff tonight. Things that are happening back home and what have you. I'm trying my best. I'm just as conflicted as you are when it comes to the issue of Liberia. To be honest with you, I don't know exactly how to handle it either. One minute I want to stay away from Liberian politics because I want to do some roles and what have you. Another minute I can't because I want to be involved. I want to give my 2 cents as well. So it's a very difficult situation for all of us. It's not just one point. And this is why we keep asking and pleading to our brothers and sisters to see reason for us to move and do this thing correctly. Okay, this is Samson to Liberian Pub Radio. Let's move on. Let's move on. We want to thank all of you again. Tuning into Liberian Pub Radio. It's a wonderful thing to do as usual. So, as you know, today is a holiday as well. So the holiday, as you know, that's Dr. Weir right there. The holiday is Martin Luther King birthday, which they celebrate on July 21st in the United States. And those of you that are here in the United States, even every little child that is born, pretty much know about Martin Luther King anyway. So, but I thought tonight that today is his birthday, so I thought that I'd bring in some video, some interesting video. These people, these highly, highly educated, gifted people that like to talk. When they're talking, usually the words they use, you might think it's for that moment or for that specific occasion, but the application of those words, it can live on forever. And this is one example. Dr. Martin Luther King went to Philadelphia to a school to just give a speech. And this, I believe, was 1963. And the speech was wonderful. But I want you as Liberian, my brothers and sisters, I want us to see if what I'm about to play, I didn't play the whole thing. I just played the introduction of it. And see if that introduction is applicable to Liberia as a general population, not individual. And you tell me what you think. Before I go, as usual, I usually start my show with Dr. Weir walking in the mud. But I thought that I'd do this a little bit, get off here a little bit tonight, and play Dr. Martin Luther King's speech in Philadelphia at that school building, and see the words that he used, and see if those words are applicable to our own situation as Liberians. And then after that, we will introduce our show back again to see how Dr. Weir is known. Tonight, I'm going to also do my best to show you the type of road design the brothers and sisters in Liberia are doing. And I will go into that. But before that, let's go on. This is Samson to Liberian Public. Let's listen to Dr. Martin Luther King a little bit and see exactly how those words can be applied to us. Because I truly believe these are very important words that we ourselves in Liberia, outside the Liberia, can utilize these words. So let's listen. Please open your mind. Open your mind. Don't close it. Let these words, it can be, try and see if these words are also applicable in your own life, and just spread it around. This kinds of thing can be applied to my own son, to my own daughter, to my wife, to my mom, to my dad, to my brothers and sisters, and just spread it around. It's very important. Let's listen in. Samson to Liberian Pub Radio.
And help welcome our honored, distinguished guest, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King.
Thank you very kindly. Because I have other engagements, I don't have a tradition of being brief all the time. You know, I'm a Baptist preacher, and we can talk a long time. But I'm going to really be brief today. I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is in your life's blueprint? This is the most important and crucial period of your lives, for what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine which way your life shall go. And whenever a building is constructed, you usually have an architect who draws a blueprint. And that blueprint serves as the pattern, as the guide, as the model for those who are to build the building. And a building is not well erected without a good, sound, and solid blueprint. Now, each of you is in the process of building the structure of your lives. And the question is whether you have a proper, a solid, and a sound blueprint. Well, life for none of us has been a crystal stair, but we must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl, but by all means, keep moving.
And help welcome.
I just thought that I played that in there, folks. Samson told LIBERIA Pub Radio, because for me, it's a whole lot to that. But I thought that I'd make it brief a little bit, so our brothers and sisters can see. Once again, those words can be applied, uh, you know, to the nation. Okay, what is in our blueprint, our life's blueprint? You can make that into an individual comment. You can also apply that to the nation, as I stated. Okay, for me, I truly believe, not that people, what is happening in Liberia is not important. People fighting this and saying that, we get on air, insult each other and what have you. It's not important. That's not what I'm saying. But what exactly do we want out of Liberia? See, one of the things that I'd like for people to know is this. You didn't ask to be born in Liberia. You didn't pray to be born in Liberia. You didn't bribe people for you to be born in Liberia. You were born in Liberia because of destiny. So what exactly do you want now? You're passing through. Let's just be realistic. You're born, grow up, die. We're all going to go through that. But what are we leaving behind? What are we leaving behind as Liberians? We're fighting among each other. Look at this kind of incident that just happened recently about the representative trying to have a party for the children. I'm not too sure what happened there, and I'm not going to approach that either. I'm just putting it out there. Go on social media and see how much we insult each other. Is that what we expect out of Liberia? and other Liberians with all these struggles that we have gone through? At the end, to insult each other? At the end, to see that we get rich more than the other people? Is that what this is about? What exactly do we want? And this wonderful, wonderful holiday, Dr. Martin Luther King holiday. And there's another part of that speech that I didn't play. He pretty much talked about nonviolent and violent. He said for us, and I'm just paraphrasing now, we preach nonviolent. However, we must make sure that whatever it is that we're demanding, we do it peacefully but forcefully. So what exactly are we trying to achieve? What is the blueprint of Liberia? To the leadership, what exactly do you guys have for us? You have the blueprint, the poor pro agenda that is not being explained to people. What is it? What do we want as an individual Liberian? Is it it? Are we satisfied with our lives? Go look at Monrovia. Go look at Monrovia. Congested. Is that the kind of lifestyle we want? Or do we just, as far as we're concerned, we have nothing to offer to our brothers and sisters? Nothing. We're certified. You leave from here, travel to Monrovia, and then you're driving. You can't even move. Is that the life we want? And as a result, when you come back here, you don't even want to go back. What do you think about it? If God wanted you to be born in America, don't you think that God would have made that possible? Yeah, you have the ability to migrate. You can't do that. They did that also. That's how come people came from what kinds of Mali, somewhere, according to history. I'm not about red, but they came to Liberia. That's fine. If we all leave, who is there to build? And so I thought that I'd show this tonight. I'll play it again because I think it's very important. I'll play it again. Just before we go to Dr. Weir, as my usual opening line, let me play this thing here one more time because I think it's very important. Listen to the question from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Listen to the question, and you tell me if those questions, those ideas are applicable to Liberia, to Liberians, and everything else. Let's listen one more time, please.
Our honored, distinguished guest, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King.
Thank you very kindly. Because I have other engagements, I don't have a tradition of being brief all the time. You know, I'm a Baptist preacher, and we can talk a long time. But I'm going to really be brief today. I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is in your life's blueprint? This is the most important and crucial period of your lives, for what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine which way your life shall go. And whenever a building is constructed, you usually have an architect who draws a blueprint. And that blueprint serves as the pattern, as the guide, as the model for those who are to build the building. And a building is not well erected without a good, sound, and solid blueprint. Now, each of you is in the process of building the structure of your lives. And the question is whether you have a proper, a solid, and a sound blueprint. Well, life for none of us has been a crystal stair, but we must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl, but by all means, keep moving.
Again, folks, Sam Cinto, LIBERIA Puerto Rico. I just thought that I played that again, just to show you. For me, this is very important. And since we're here celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King birthday, I thought that I played this, and I believe that this particular little topic that I just put out here can be applied to any one of us as a nation, as an individual. So let's go on, and I will now play my usual playing. Here is Dr. Weir during the election when Dr. Weir was traveling all over the country. And this, for me, is one of the reasons why I strongly believe that Dr. Weir continued to insist on building roads, because he traveled and he himself had experienced the difficulties our people had and they still have trying to leave from one point to another, especially during rainy season. So let's listen to that.
Let's make sure you do that same thing for you can hold. Hold the stick. I don't need shoulder go, I need my stick. What kind of junior not there before? No, I beg you.
Okay. Yeah, you have it. That's Dr. Weir during the election. For me, this is why I strongly believe that Dr. Weir continued to push the possibility of having roads, business in Liberia, just so that he could be able to alleviate some of the suffering our brothers and sisters are going through when it comes to road. So that's my belief. That's my belief. And so I truly believe that. Okay. Now, I just play you Dr. Martin Luther King. The question he asked was, "What is your life blueprint?" And I thought that perhaps that particular question we can also try to, instead of an individual question to individual, let that be applied to the country. What is our blueprint? Because I definitely don't see anything. Maybe there's there, but I've not seen it. If it is, please forgive me. But let me now go on. As Liberian, we are a jealous people. Don't get me wrong. Not negatively now. Trying to the type of jealousy that will bring people down. That's not what I'm talking about. But I strongly believe that we as Liberians have in us, as in part of our nature, to be jealous of something and try to see if we can do better than the next person, not by bringing them down. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. So, with that being said, let's now look at Ghana. Okay, Ghana, they have this system they put in place a traffic system they put in place. Okay, that I thought was very, very unique, of course. But the process itself, okay, very interesting, very interesting. So let's look at it, Ghana folks, and see if what is our blueprint. Can we do the same thing? What is happening? Look at the Ghana traffic a way of trying to resolve traffic accident issues. You mean we are unable to do stuff like this in Liberia? Let's look at it.
Afrikiko Junction, Accra, Tema Motorway. Apollo in the Western region. The police is watching you. Over 1,000 of these cameras have been installed at strategic locations across the country. These cameras have made police surveillance more effective and giving a boost to fighting crime. Playbacks have also been very useful. In this particular case, investigation into a road accident.
Good morning, police emergency. How may I assist you?
These cameras are operated from emergency command centers in Accra, Kumasi, and Tamale that are now receiving a record number of calls.
When the call comes in, the system automatically generates a case form.
The case form is meant to solicit the essential information required from the caller. If it is a motor accident, are there any persons injured? If it is a robbery, are the robbers armed? And so on. All calls can be traced to where they are made. In case a call drops, the operator can call back. Once a call is processed, the information is sent to the dispatch section for patrol teams in the field. One challenge are prank calls that divert attention from real emergencies.
Prank calls must stop. In a genuine emergency, you may not be able to access our emergency command center.
Locating crime scenes promptly is another. Many houses and dwellings in Ghana are located on unnamed streets. This is being addressed by the new GPS address system, which is an integral part of the new emergency response system.
This command center is a milestone along the way of the transformational agenda that the Ghana Police Service has launched. The Ghana Police Service, as I speak to you, is about total number strength of 33,000. For the population of Ghana, the minimum strength should have been 56,000. At 33,000, the police to civilian ratio is 1:848, which is far lower than the UN minimum of 1:500. Therefore, the result to the digital intervention is meant to ameliorate or to mitigate the defect or deficiency or the deficit, which stands at 23,000 police personnel. This intervention, which is going to make it easier for the police to monitor crime and make it easier for people in need to get in touch, therefore making it more efficient for them to check crime. It's a welcome intervention.
There you have it. This is what I'm talking about. What are we going to do? Are we going to sit down and allow these things to go by, and what we do is just insult each other? Is that what we're going to be doing? Or do we have within us to say if Ghana can do it, we can do it? What's wrong with that? Why can't we believe in ourselves as Liberians? This is something that I will continue to do. Every time that I come on air, I will continue to play this video. What I'm trying to do here is to stir something in you. We shouldn't all just come together in terms of war. If somebody is killing one another, one of ours, then we go and be there in force. We should come together in terms of peace. Let's find way and see how best we can move this country forward. I will say it. I said it before and I will say it again. CDC and Dr. Weir, they cannot move that country forward all by themselves. It will take the collective efforts of all of us as Liberians. You must be proud to be a Liberian, and you must be ready to contribute as a Liberian. The question then is, people will ask me, Mr. Toll, what if I'm ready and the people are there that I want to help, I want to make my own contribution, but they are not willing to accept my contribution? What do I do then? We all face that all the time. I can't answer to that because I have no answer for that, to be honest with you. All that I can say to you is continue to keep the lights, the fire burning in you about Liberia. One of these days when the opportunity comes, the fire will have always been there. The fire will have already burning in you. And so it won't take much to get it going. That's all that I can say. And I'll continue to ask my brothers and sisters back home. There are Liberians that are in the diaspora that can help with some of these situations. I understand people during the election, there were certain Liberians that have this ability, but they were not involved. I understand as a sedition partisan, you have to give people jobs. I understand that. Even here in the United States, the people give people jobs. Those who campaign for them, they get the inside track. That's understandable. But there must be certain areas where you will be able to bring outside help to move forward this whole process that you're trying to achieve. Okay? Let me go on. One more video, and then I'll go on to my main subject tonight. Okay, one more video, and this video is about Dr. Weir trying to tell the people of Dole community that we, and I'm just paraphrasing once again, that we have helped you, give you the role, and the role we gave you is for a specific reason. This is not a place for you to come and open a mechanic shop and try dirtying the road and making the road messy and things like that. However, my complaint about this, the reason I continue to play this video is this: that people who are responsible for this role, the implementation, the construction, the design, anyone who had part to play in this role, the initial stage should have been a conversation between the community and those who are responsible. Because those who are bringing up the idea or putting the role in there, they know exactly what the role is supposed to be used for. You now invite the community and explain to the community in details why you want to put a role in there. And what are some of the things that would be negative if try to carry on this role. For example, The road is there to bring people to Dole community and take people out of Dole community. The road is not there for you to take truck from Freeport and go through Dole community because you think it's shortcut. The road is not there to take truck from the countryside that have logs on it and go through Dole community because you think it's a shortcut, because that's a different weight standard. The community must have been having that information. Because with information like that the community will have, if the community have that kind of information, they will be able to implement some of the things without getting the police involved. But those are the things that was not happening. These are the kinds of stuff that are not happening right now. Our brothers and sisters are not getting those people, the end user of this type of road, they're not getting them involved. So they know, all they know is to drive on it. And one of the crucial part that I feel that these people have failed the Dole community, and Dr. Weir is trying to bring that up here, is the fact that this road, the government do not have the money for maintenance. And so the maintenance problem going to come later. But if the community is taking good care of it, first of all, you're not putting toll on the road to collect money for the money. Those who are going to use the road, they pay, and then the money go to fixing it up. They're not going to do that. They depend on the government. But if the community, if from the beginning, you make the community to be part of that process, the community take ownership of that Dole community project, they will take care of it. Because they will have had the information of the importance of having road, as Dr. Weir is about to tell them right now. For me, that's very sad. These are not the way things are supposed to be. But what do? We have our minister then for information, call people cartel. How people fail to do this and that. They're trying to get Dr. Weir to be a filler. No. Those of you who are responsible to pass on the information to the community are the one that making Dr. Weir to be a failure, because you refuse to release the information that is going to be important in maintaining the connection between those who the end user of a property or the facility, the end user of the facility, and those who are responsible to bring the facility, the connection, the communication that's supposed to connect them. Minister of Information is not doing that. All they do is call people cartel and all kinds of names. But that's their right. They can do that. If the government thinks that's how they're supposed to do it, that's fine. But I bet you in 2-3 years, the McKinney that Dr. Weir is frowning on here, it's going to be all over the place. Because you fail to tell these people the purpose of this road. Now let's listen to Dr. Weir.
I just want you to make sure that you take care of this road and you keep it clean. Yesterday, I was here. Yesterday, I drove here. I saw most of you people, nobody knew I was in the car. This place was closed, I didn't want to break it, so I passed around. But what I saw yesterday, it should not be happening here. You see, when someone says development, that means you are developing a change from having developed to develop. So what happened yesterday, the garages, car parking, and no access to road here, you need to encourage your people to not park down in the middle of the road. I was here yesterday. I watched the game that was playing yesterday. I was here. If you noted, there were one Lexus, one black car was on the road yesterday. I was in that car. So you see, I was here, I was in looking car, I was around. And all of y'all are using bike to survive. I beg y'all, what I noted yesterday, you should not be doing it. Because we'll ask the police, the safety people to make sure that they summon you. What I saw yesterday, motor workers were all over the place. They cannot be in line. If they are a survivor, if the wife gave you what you want in life, make sure you do it well. Yesterday, I had to stop a motorbike right there. They have 4 kids. for maybe 1-year-old babies. And the guy will in the middle, I have to stand about it. Put a children down on that. You see, so sometimes I say to my yesterday, I was not happy yesterday when I came here from Community Road. Because they park all the keke on the road, people build garages, and what is wrong. We did not build a road for garage. We build a road so the children are going to go to school, so the time can go freely. So, if we come back here, the police will be there, anyone. Because of development of brainwave prosperity. Anybody back here, the police will charge you to pay. So you know that you have to follow the road. So I'm happy today.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You heard Dr. Weir saying that we didn't build this road for you people to build garages. Okay? And this is exactly what I'm talking about. If those type of information has been passed on long before the construction of this road started, you won't have Dr. Weir to have the need to come out and make these kinds of statements. I also believe that Dr. Weir, because he speaks the people language, what I really don't understand. We have to know how to approach situation in Liberia. Dr. Weir speaks the people language. Dr. Weir can go to any county and speak the language, not necessarily their local dialect. I'm talking about Liberian English. And people will listen. The market women will hear him clearly. The Yana ball, the Keke ball, the Pin ball, even the one they call Zoko or Zoka, whatever, but they will be able to understand him clearly. So once again, if I was in the type of position, whatever we're ready to do these kinds of stuff, we will use Dr. Weir's popularity to engage the community. You expect Dr. Weir to go whenever he's doing the opening on this road to make the kind of statement to warn the communities? The community should have been involved from day one. From day one. But I don't know why our brothers and sisters, for some reason, are not doing these things. Not that they don't have the knowledge. I really don't understand it. I don't. Maybe they're doing it, but I have not seen it. Okay? But these are kinds of stuff that our brothers and sisters need to do. This is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Folks, I'm going to be going on another subject matter here tonight, and have to do with roads. I will show you a series of road design that they have sent me from Liberia. Okay, and you, even if you're not an engineer, you will know that these type of design will not work. Go up, count down. Unless you're building an adit. Now, they have different type of roads when it comes to roads. Okay, and I'll just give you a few of them. I'm not going to go into detail of them. They have feeder roads. The one they call feeder road in Liberia, those are not feeder roads. A feeder road, listen to the English. Feed the something that feed into something. Feeder road. Okay. Feeder road comes about. You have a major highway. And the major highway, how do you bring the traffic from around and bringing them into the major highway? So most of the time, those of you that are in the diaspora here, when you're driving on the highway, you will see another street parallel to the road, very close to the road, sometimes separated by the fence and ditch. Okay, that road feeds that community. All of the traffic from that community to come on the highway, that road feeds that community traffic into that highway, and they call it feeder road. Sometimes they call it frontage road. That's why they call it feeder road. Okay, when they say feed, they call Chubok feeder road. What road Chubok feeding? What road Chubok road feeding? and it becomes a feeder road. So just, but I'm not going to be concerned much about the terminologies here tonight. Okay, let's go on. You got feeder road that feeds into the highway. Okay, you have farm to market road. Those are the road that come from the farm, and they come to market. Okay, you make your farm, you get your produce, you put on a car and come to the market. Farm to market, simple as that. Then you have highway. Okay, there are different type of highway, and I'm not going to go into those kinds of things either. Then you have street. Street are mostly in a city. Okay, in a city. Okay. Then in a city also you have what you call added road. The added road are roads that between houses. You don't have no shoulder, most of them, and they're only two-way. That's it. When you're passing by another car, the mirror barely touching, because most of them are not up to standard in terms of lane weight. Okay, because any road you build to be up to lane weight standard, it has to be 12 foot. Most of the others road are not, and most of the other road have a yellow double pin on the center or one solid pin, but it's not broken because they don't want you to pass each other on the adit. Okay, adit road, you most of the time don't have fog line. The fog line are the white line on your right hand side as you travel. Usually when you're traveling at night, your light always, the position your headlight to shine on that white light, so you will know if you're getting off the road. And that's why they call it fog light. Usually when the fog is too much, you can't even see 10-15 feet ahead of you. Your fog line is the line, that white line people use to guide themselves. And that's why they call it fog line. When you're driving, your headlight, your right headlight, always shining on that fog line. Okay? Most other roads don't have it. They have sidewalk and they have gutter. Because they don't even have speed limit, because they know you're not supposed to drive anything more than 10 to 15 miles an hour in the addicts. What we're getting in Liberia right now, the Cuba road, the rehab, all of the road they've been sending me, I consider those things as being added road. Okay? Those are not feeder roads. They're not feeding nothing. Okay? Now, I'm not going to frown on Dr. Weir and his people to make the added road, but if they are added road, call them as such. Okay? Call them as such, so people will know. This road that has been built in Monrovia right now, that's good to alleviate the traffic congestion in Monrovia. However, they must be connected to major roads so that people can use those roads to get around. Okay? For example, rehab. They have, I think it's Union Road or something, rehab road. But before you get to rehab, there's another real rehab road. Okay, now road go and make a 90-degree and hit the Smith Road or whatever they call it. Okay. Now, quite recently, I've been getting a lot of calls from home. Can you come? No, I'm not ready. I'm not coming now. That type of conversation. I'm not going to go deep into it. But they will send me stuff. Can you look at this? Okay, I look at it and I will tell them, this is not good. This is not good. And sometimes the Senate is so bad, I can't even fix it. There's no way I can fix it. Oh, Mr. Tove, just look at it, see what you can do. I'll do my best. Send it back. So quite recently, I got a project from them. And the project, we have a discussion on the phone with some young Ghanaians that put it together. And I told them, this is not. I asked the kid, the young man. I said, in Ghana, do they kind of design? He said, no. But we told the people it's not going to work. They said, just do it anyway. See that? I'm not making it up. True story. True story. So I said, okay. What they did was they took the roll and hang it up. When I say hanging roll up, they took it and tried to build the roll up, but then they have no side slope. So how do you expect the water to drain out and go back into the ditches and things like that? So I asked the guy, he said, well, we can't help it because first of all, the rule is we're not supposed to demolish any by the roll. And here's the funny thing about that. Most of the houses after the war, I think I explained that before, that are so close to the road, they're on the road right away. And so when you're building a road, one of the things you do is to take water away from your road. Okay, when you do that, you also have to control the movement of the water as they get off of your facility, as they get off of your road. You don't just dump it in people's yard. And if you look at Doe community, that's exactly what have happened. Okay? That's exactly what have happened. All right, but I'm not going to go into that right now. So I told these people, I said, I can't help you. They said, oh, yes. I said, okay, so I give them side slope. You know, so as I explained, I put a note on there. I said, some of the side slope I'm giving you are going to require you to push people's house one side. If you can't, then you do what you have to do. But one of the last comments that I got from a Ghanaian young man was that on rehab road, they have a ditch over there, and they were building the road up. So he told the guys, say, okay, at certain area, the old pipes that are there, they're still functioning. But right now, if we continue with the profile, the pipes are going to be higher than what we're building. They say, oh, don't worry. With the pipe, and when the water come all the way up, it will go in the pipe. He said, yes. But by the time the water come out, the surrounding community would have already been flooded. Oh, don't worry about that one. The water is still going to go through. It will get dry. You see? He said that's a conversation he has with the people. And as a Liberian, and somebody who grew up in Cloud Town myself, I got angry because I know what it is when it's raining. And you have to walk in that water, chua, chua, chua. I got angry. I said, you know what, guys? I'm not going to help you. Forget it. So I did the last two drawings and I sent it to them. The bunch of drawings, I sent it to them. And I didn't call them again. They called me. I don't want to pick up phone call. They call. I didn't pick up phone. So quite recently, like day before yesterday or so, I got a call. True story. And they wanted me to be involved again. But then I thought to myself, these are all young Ghanaians. I am a Liberian. If I'm not involved, then what's the point? So I said, okay, I'll be involved. But some of the things that I want to do is to set up something with them. To say, okay, if you need to do X, Y, and Z, these are some of the things that you need to do. Okay? Because in order for you to do that, people at public work must understand what these things are. So I'm back again. I'm back with you know, when I was in Total, we have two gas stations in Total at the time. One was Texaco, the other one was what was it? Shell gas station or something. But anyway, another friend of mine called Sadie Saka, one of the Saka family, one best friend ever. So he used to work in Texaco, and then when the other lady met pissing out, then he moved on to Shell gas station. So we used to say, Sadie Saka back to Texaco. I'm back again with these people, folks, on a very serious note. I'm going to help. But let me show you something here. Something very interesting is happening. Okay, I want you to look at this road that I'm going to be showing you here. All right, and again, I'm not here to degrade or anything, but I just want people to know that these things, you don't just put these things down without reason. Okay, if you're going to do it, you must have reason. Let me show you something here very quickly. Okay, this is and you how do they spell tuba? Isn't it CHUBOR? Okay, I think that's tuber. Okay, look at this row. Look at this row. This is tuber row they have for design. Okay, look at it. Look at it, and tell me if this is not an added. Okay, first of all, uh, okay, hold on. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. I will get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, the row itself, they have it at 3.3 something meter. These are all in meter because LIBERIA operates. So that means it's one side 3.36. It's supposed to be 12 feet. Okay, but the 12 feet they did not provide for shoulder. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. I'm going to give you. First of all, let me give you the name of this place, okay? So you will know that I'm not making it up, okay? So sometimes you look at it and you laugh, but they're very sad. They're very sad because I know my people are very smart. Why would you give something like this here, okay? First of all, let me show you the name of this place here, and tell me if it's wrong, okay? Tell me if this name is wrong. It's called CHUBOR. And I want you to concentrate on the name for a second. Okay? Let me show you the name now. Okay. This is a drawing, and then I'll show you. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Now tell me if this is not tuber. Okay. Tell me. Does it not say tuber over there? This CHUBOR. Okay, tuber. Now let's go out and look at their drawing now. This is some of the things that I'm talking about. These people, these Ghanaians, they're young people. Okay, they're not way up there. I don't think so. Okay, but look at this. Look at this. I want you to look at this. Okay, I want you to look at this. This is a roll. Okay, a roll. I have no qualm about what they're doing. If this is what the people are doing, that's fine. But I want you to look at this. Okay, this roll starts from somewhere. Okay, and it goes on. But what I want you to look at is this curve. You see the curve here? Okay. In fact, if you look at the curve, they have what they call in engineering, what you got compound curve. You have a curve, then you immediately after that, maybe about 25 feet or so, you have another curve. So that's why they call it compound curve. And this is what exactly they put down here. Okay, this curve is a compound curve. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. But if you were to take a car wheel and try to go through here, you will find out that you won't be able to pass each other. This is Samson too. I'm on it again this evening. Let's look at this other curve. Now, how do you expect people to turn into this curve? Tell me. Tell me. And I will show you the radius of this curve as well. But you tell me, what kinds of driver you're going to have in Monrovia to turn into this curve? The guy going to be, if they turn in, they're going to take the whole row. Okay, these are some of the stuff that I'm talking about. All right, let's look at the other one. Okay, so these things are not something you can sneeze at. All right, these things are not something you can sneeze at because you must be able to have a clear understanding of what you're doing. Okay, all right, so okay, let's go. Let's go a little bit outside of this. Okay, yes, another curve here. Okay, and this one I think I can deal with a little bit, but still, if you're gonna have a curve like this, and mind you now, all of these curves, and I will show you the profile. There's no super elevation on them. Maybe you don't know when I say super elevation, but there's no super elevation on these things here. Okay, I didn't see it. All right, so. Here's another one here. Okay, it stops here. Now let's look at their profile. of these curves, of this row. Okay. All right. Look at their profile. Look what they have here. Profile, I don't have much. Uh, 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 okay. I don't have much. When I say profile, they're taking this row. Okay. The bottom line, I'm not too sure if you can see it. I'll just show you the one little spot here, and that will be it. Then I'll move on. What I want. The bottom line is their design, and the top one is existing. So basically, what they're telling me here, they're gonna cut. Okay, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and look at the meeting I want to talk about this evening. Samson told LIBERIA Radio folks, this is a very interesting situation here tonight. Yeah, the reason no space. Let them make space. That not the issue that I'm concerned with, my brother. Okay, but let's look at this. Now, this is coming from Public Works. Okay, this is coming from Public Works, and I'll show you. Okay, Public Works, folks. Samson told LIBERIA Radio. Okay, how do I know that this thing coming from Public Works? Because they say so. They say owner. You see here? What is it, owner? What is it? Okay. What is it? You see it there? It say owner, Minister of Public Works. Now, let's go look at their stuff. And these brothers and sisters, once again, I'm not condemning anybody. They're doing good. I have no issue. The top one here, okay, and I'm not going to be doing any kinds of conversion here, okay. Let's just take it as it is, okay. The top one here, what I'm showing you, in a bike here, the 0.8, those are all in meter, remember now. That's the ditch, man-made ditch. Then on the side, they have walkway, okay. They have a curb, okay. So the 1.5 meter is the walkway that has curb and everything else, okay. Here is what they have for the road itself, okay. This is coming from Public Work. They're telling contractor how to build, okay. Look at the asphalt. The asphalt they have 50 millimeter, okay. 50 millimeter, a little bit less than 2.5 inches of a roll. The Public Works is telling the people, okay, how to build this. They also have now. This is some of the things that when you do, that I get a little bit ticked off, because asphalt binder, the binder, that's a liquid. How you gonna put liquid to be 50 millimeter binder? You just gonna fill the liquid up 2.5 inches? So those are kinds of stuff that when I see these things, that I'm like, what are you saying? Okay, they have your crushed stone base, 150. So basically, this whole row is on a crushed stone base. It's not anything else. Okay. So if you have this, then of course your ice cream people like Samson told them to make comment. With my big mouth, I will. Okay. Let's look at the other one. This is okay. Let me go through other. These are all coming from Public Work. Now, mind you, this is not something Samson too is making up this afternoon. Okay, and after that, I will show you. Okay, all right. Here's another one here, folks. Once again, let's go and see who the owner is. This is my goodness. Why would you do this to me? Eh? For what reason? What reason? These are people that engineer, smart people. They say owner, Minister of Public Work. And then other smart people say, but I'm LIBERIA. They didn't say Minister of Public Work, LIBERIA. Okay. But this is what I want you to look at. This is what I want you to look at. I showed you a row earlier. Okay. Now, when you're building a row, you put your two hands together, your two thumb or your face together, and then break it like you're breaking something. They give a roll. Let me go back to that. I'll come back to this. Bear with me, please, folks. I'll come back to this. And this is very important. And these are some of the things that I have issue with these brothers and sisters. Okay? Not that they are not smart. But look what it's saying here. Okay? What sense does this make? What role is it? Okay? What role is it? That you're telling me you're going to have a role that is being built. Okay, they slope from one side to another. Look at this. Look at this kind of row. Look at this. 3.5. That means the center of the row. Okay, I'm not there yet. All right. Okay, right here. They're telling me 3.5 from one side, 3.5 to the other side. But guess what? They didn't break it. It's a straight slope row. Can you have that kind of roll? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But why will you have a ditch? I never saw that. The whole time I've been reviewing it, I never saw the whole time I've been looking at it, I never saw this. I just seen it. Why will you have a ditch? A ditch that's supposed to carry water and is higher than the other ditch that's also supposed to carry water. My people were, yeah. Oh my goodness, this is serious. Folks, I'm just laughing because these things are laughable, And this is something that's coming from public work, to be honest with you. Okay, this thing. Let me show you. Okay. Let's go back. You see, keep this thing in mind now. Keep this thing in mind. The 2.5 slope here. Keep it in mind. Let me zoom into it. Because this is just ridiculous. Okay. Jesus Christ. You see the 2.5? You see the 2.5? Can you see it? Okay. Look at this 2.5. That's a slope from one side of the row to the other. Now let's go to the previous row that I show you. And I will show you why I'm laughing like that. Because this is laughable. Okay? Why would they do this to us? Alright? Alright. Now, you see how they break this? The break is in the center. You see how the 2.5 going left and they have another 2.5 going right. That's row. Okay? That's row. Now, what they just did, they took this row and broke it half. They said, okay, we'll put it. What row will you have that will give you 2.5 per leaks? You're not going to be able to get it. You can get this type of row. So if you have this, you're saying the row in the middle is crown. Usually, that's why they call it crown. Crown row. Okay, the row is crown in the middle. That means that when it rains, the water slope on the right hand side, the water slope on the left hand side. That's the reason. So the first time when I saw the 2.5, I thought it was too heavy because all over the world it's 2%. But when I saw the 2.5, I'm not 2.5%. Okay, they're not gonna say 2.5 meter, no 2.5%. But they don't even put a percentage on there. So only a designer will know what it is. Okay, but if you give it to a contractor, you're asking for serious trouble. Without putting percentage on there, you're asking for serious trouble. By the way, that's besides the point. So they have this thing like this. Okay, all over the world it's 2%. But they said 2.5. When I first looked at it, I said, okay, maybe because it's a rainy tropical area. So they want the water to get out of that because it's going to rain too much. So they want the water away from the road as much as possible. So I have no quarrel with it. But look at this now. Now let's go look at that one that I was laughing like a crazy man here, which I am. I'm crazy. Okay. Look at this now. And tell me, you're not an engineer. But what role would you have this? And I will tell you where. Okay, I'll tell you where. Okay, Now, if you have this, you have what they call super elevation. Do you see anything here rating? Maybe I can't. I can't even embarrass myself. I even look at it in Google. And I say, but anyway, look around here. Do you see anything here where it says super elevation, folks? Maybe it is. I'm not looking at. I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm so anxious to criticize that I'm not even looking at it. But one thing I like about myself, I'm not big enough to eat crow. If I'm wrong, I will say so. But let's look at this thing here. Maybe they have super elevation somewhere that I didn't see. I'm running my mouth. Let's look at it. Let's look at it, folks. Samson to Labrampa Radio. I'm running my mouth without me read. Without okay. Project name, investment project, blah blah blah. Okay. Project number. Minister of Public Works, Bureau of Construction, date, drawn by, checked by, issue date, September 2018, Marvin Zaza, Bureau of Construction. I don't know who Marvin Zaza is. Okay. No, NTS, I mean, not to scale, that's fine, blah, blah, blah. I don't see anything in here to say super elevation. Let's look on the outside. Okay. I don't see anything here to say super elevation. Folks, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Now let me just show you. I will demonstrate to you a little bit. Okay, let's go to Samson to picture here this afternoon. I think at this point I might have to take you to the board. But let me don't take you to the board. I don't want to waste your time because this is just ridiculous. I'll just show it with my hands. Okay. All right. What I just show you, folks, Samson to Library Public. What I just show you. Okay. You see, you have your hand like this, right? And when you break your hand a little bit like this, okay, you have a crown roll, 2%, 2%. So you have it like this. What they just show when they did that stuff, okay, you see this here, when you bend it curve, most of the curves, especially deeper curve, and you will usually feel it when you're getting off of a highway. Or when you're getting on a highway, off ramp or on ramp, you will find out very quickly. When you're getting off, when your car will be tilting like this, it's called super elevation. Your car tilts like this as you go on because it's a curve. What is a curve, folks? It's a circle. It's a circle. Half of a circle, whatever it is. A curve comes out of a circle. Okay? A circle goes around. And if you take a piece of stick or a piece of rock and tie it on the rope, I don't mean to go a little bit deeper tonight, but I just want to show you. As you swing that rope around, centrifugal force, try to pull that rock away. Whatever position it gets in, try to force it. But because of the speed of your hand moving, you keep that rock in circle. You stop a drop. Of course, gravity taking it down. But when when you are like me, oh yes, I love the Samson tool, like Public Radio. When I was in town, in the morning, my mom would say, go drive the bird. And they take the slim stuff, okay? The one David used to kill Goliath, I forgot the English name. But anyway, you take that stuff, you put rock in it. Don't you swing it above your head, and at a certain speed, you let go, and then the rock will go the position where that stuff you let it go. Centrifugal force. The force take that rock. It's the same concept with the road design. When you have a curve come out of a circle. But you break the circle. So you say, I'm going to use it. What's a degree? You get 150 degree curve, 25 degree curve, whatever degree curve. Based on that, the people have done calculation already. They say, okay, if you have 40 degree curve, if you have 50 degree curve, if you have 120 degree curve, at a speed of 25 miles an hour, this is the amount of super elevation you require. They give you all that. The people can give you something here. They expect contractor to build these things, to follow what they put. This is coming from public work. Okay? This is just ridiculous, to be honest with you. So anyway, once again, when you're driving off ramp, those of you that are in the diaspora, when you're driving, you're getting off the highway, or when you're getting on the highway, you will feel that. In fact, when you watch some of the speedway, the car that, speedway, the people that chase each other, they have this speed, they bang on those ramp more than 12%, sometimes 15%. If you're walking, you can't even walk, you gotta crawl to go up. Okay? The reason is they don't want the car that turning to get spun out. It's the same thing here. So once again, super elevation. You have a super elevation, 2%, 2%. And as you go towards the super, this 2% stays. And this 2% start lifting up. Start lifting up. So you will go like this. And then when you get back, that 2% drop. And if it's going on the left side, the same thing. This one stays. It doesn't go anywhere. It stays. It comes from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is the highest. On a row, if you get 12%, you're asking for trouble. And this is what our brothers and sisters are not able to do here. Okay, these are the little stuff. They're not that difficult. Let's get back. This is Samson to LIBERIA Radio. I thought I'd try to show you here a little bit here again tonight. I'm not fooling around. I'm not fooling around. This is just ridiculous. Now, those of you that stay with me, you're coming to enjoy fun of LIBERIA Public Radio. Watch this, folks. This is, and you're not even an engineer, and you say, what is this? You will ask yourself a question. Watch this. Now you tell me, in your own life, where will you find a road that looks like this? Okay, I'll show you already. Okay, where will you find a road? What part of the world you will find a road that have a curved road? A curved road, not curve going around, but curve. Look at this. Look at this. And these are people that work for the Liberian Road Agency. You will be able to find a curve like this. Tell me where. This is something you do on a bridge. But this is not bridge. They said that road. That road. Look at it again. Look at it again, folks. Let me zoom in a little bit, because this is very sad. This is very sad. Okay, and they don't think people watching, people looking at these kinds of stuff. Okay, now you tell me, where will you find a curved road in anywhere you drive in this place? You're not going to be able to find a curved road like this. So why are we getting a curved road? For what reason? Maybe the guy tired drawing. What kind of business is this? Okay, these are some of the things that I'm talking about. Okay, and we expect to do something. Okay, now here, watch, and this is another one here. This is supposed to be concrete now. Okay, concrete road. And tell me if you see any symbol of steel in this concrete. Look at this concrete. Look at the, okay, reinforced concrete. Reinforced concrete. Do you see any, does it look like any steel symbol in here at all? Steel symbol is always like a round circle. Go through here and see if you find anything on the top. Okay, no steel symbol. So you give this to a contractor, you'll be happy to give your driveway. This is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I just thought that I'd show you things that some of us are working with. Okay. All right, folks, let's get back to business. What is my reason? Let's find out. Reason. Now that I've laughed myself out, what is my reason? Why am I doing this? What would be my reason here, folks? To be honest, what is my reason? Reason here is this. Okay. you have a president who is dead set on giving the people of Liberia roles. Everything Dr. Weah has tried to do from day one, it's always been about roles. Not that I'm not concerned with the other thing about money and buildings, and I'm not blind to that. I see them myself. I also question myself. Okay? But I'm saying everything, as far as I'm concerned, all of the Roman road that have been going on is about roles. If you have a president, a young man like this, who is willing to invest into roles, why will you not recruit your best? Forget about Samson Tour. I'm not your best. They have some of the best Liberian engineers. They're here, they're back home. But most of the time when you talk to the Liberian engineers back home, for some of the things they will comment they will make is, Mr. Tour, you have to give us credit, and which I do. Because the kind of condition they're working in, frustrating condition. Look at this kinds of situation. You are an engineer. You're supposed to be an inspector on a building project. A building, okay? Like a market or store, whatever, okay? Huge square footage. And you ask the Lebanese man, you can't show us your plan, so he come and show you the plan. And amount the plan, nothing in there to state parking lot. And you're telling the Lebanese man, look, man, you can't put a building down until you tell us where you're gonna put your customer, how they're gonna park. And he realized that the parking lot gonna cost more money. So what did he do? He runs over to some of the representatives. Say, for example, and I've seen it, I've heard it, I've seen it. And people have told me, credible people have told me. Okay? The parking lot gonna cost the Lebanese man maybe $100,000. So instead of providing the parking lot, he goes and gives the person $25,000, $30,000. The person starts lobbying. Before you look, this word coming from somewhere else, telling you forget about the parking. They play too far. Not plenty of people will go there, and they don't even give parking. And if they give parking, maybe for 5, 6 cars, and they expect hundreds of people to go and shop in that place. How then do you rush home when you struggle to make life for our brothers and sisters better back home, and people are overruling you that are not engineers, that have no clue why you're asking for parking lot? You tell me, those of you that have been to Maria lately, all along Tottenham Boulevard, all of those businesses, you go in there and tell me how many parking straw you think they have. You'll be lucky if you come up with 10. And most of the time, if the parking lot is filled already up, the people parking in the street. Why are we suffering ourselves like this? And we expect to move forward? What is our blueprint as an individual? Why? What is our blueprint as a nation? Where the people who are making the money is there. But when you ask for this little thing for our brothers and sisters to enjoy this, you say, not every Liberian people get a car. But those who have car, they can't park, even if they want to shop. You can do a parking lot calculations. And sometimes, I was in Monrovia last year. And right before you get to SKD Boulevard, they're building the one building on the side, on the left hand side, and they put in a parking lot. The parking lot is not even more than 25 by 25. And the stores look big. Upstairs, downstairs. Liberians are going there to go shop. And we cannot demand these people to provide parking lot. How then do we expect to move forward? Those who are responsible, look at the kind of drawing that I just showed you. And these are the kind of drawing that public work expect contractor to follow. The drawing themselves are so confused that when you give it to a contractor who is not experienced, and most of the time, the contractors in Liberia are not real contractors. They're not. The real contractors in Liberia don't get contract. The Lebanese get contracts. And what is their interest? Money. So what are they going to give you? Less than good quality of work. If we want that country to move, we must have people, committed Liberians, who will for once come out and say, you know what? Yes, I want to be rich, but let me do something here that perhaps will help my brothers and sisters back home. You heard Dr. Weir from the opening. Dr. Martin Luther King from the opening. What is your life blueprint? What is the blueprint we have for the country? After the Civil War, the perfect condition for Liberia to redo themselves. After the Civil War, Liberians were anxious to get good things. You know how back home, when you're hungry, they say, the people say, the man gabbing, man. Liberians were gabbing for ideas, for the functioning or good functioning government. Everybody started claiming for money. None of these leaders were there for the country. Every one of them wanted money. Money to get themselves rich. Money. As a result, because the two cannot mix. You can't put your self-interest above the country interest and expect the country interest to follow you effectively. It won't happen. One of them going to fail. And the country interest usually suffer. And when Madam Sally came in, perfect condition for that country. If she were to put herself in a position to build that country, you think what is happening with Dr. Weir? And how many times have you heard people compare Dr. Weir to Madam Salif and say, look at this woman, what she did. And you can't even do one half of what she did. Have you heard Liberia arguing like that? The only kinds of argument and comparison they have, the same way the people used to steal, that the same way the people coming to steal. When will we stop that? The same way people used to steal, that the same way people stealing again. And you expect these things to move forward. That's okay. That's okay. Liberians are resilient people. They will struggle. If they can't come to America, they will go to Europe. If they can't come to Europe, they will go somewhere else to survive. What exactly do we as Liberians, what do we want? What is the blueprint that we have for that country? So Dr. Weir stay 50 years. Another leader comes on. Then what? Then what? We will just repeat over and over and over. In Liberia, there's not one structure where you have rows of gray separation. Go to Ghana, go to Ivory Coast, they got gray separation. When I mean great separation road, you have road going like that. Before you look, two of them going and one start going up, the other one still remain the same. And they divide and go over one another. You have Liberian engineers that have trained themselves. They're capable of giving you those kinds of stuff. But because you don't know them, and therefore the opportunity is not going to be given. Who's losing out? Not those engineers. You got Liberian engineers in the place that are doing good. Your kids are going to the best school. They got best houses, good houses. They're living good. They don't necessarily have to go to Liberia to live. The only reason why people want to go home, for me, I think, so that your people back home will know that you have done good in terms of education. Because they ain't got money over there to pay me. They got money over there to pay any of these Liberian professionals to the tune of the amount of money they're making here. So you would think Liberians back home would be anxious to get the Liberian professionals on the cheap. Because you're not only getting them cheap, you're getting them because they want you to get them. You're getting them because they want to contribute. They themselves grew up in Liberia and saw how difficult it was when they were going to school. Some of them used to go to school with no shoes. They want to help their brothers and sisters to get out of the kinds of conditions. But we continue to put this roadblock. Corruption is not able to, we're not able to contain it. Why? 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 In Town, when I was growing up, one of my uncles used to be a town chief. They used to collect money. $10 house tax. And if everybody in our community, the town chief, the clan chief, they pay. Everybody from those different towns, they pay. And when the people come to report the money, they bring racks. They bring racks and they sit down. At that time I was little, but I was watching. They'll sit in the evening time. They'll start counting town. The town, how many people in that town? Then they put that amount of rack on that side. Okay, who pay? The person pay $10. That person pay $10. That person pay. They count all the racks, and the racks match the dollar amount. And then they take the money. After they put all that money together, they take it and take it to Zletown, where they have the district commissioner. And that's the end of it. You don't know what happened from Zletown to Zwadru, from Zwadru to Monrovia. That's not their problem. As long as they were never charged of taking people money. And now their children are unable to get their hand clean. And you expect God to continue to bless us when we're robbing our own brothers and sisters. Why? Why are we being punished like this? Folks, these are kinds of things that I, Samson Toh, will continue to preach. And whether people watch me or not, and not that I don't care. I like people, I want to come out here and be able to get 200, 400, 500, but I'm not going to cuss anybody if that's the only way to get people. I don't want you coming in because I will be telling you the truth. How we can move this country forward. Everybody leaving us behind. Why don't we have pride? We get pride when Liberians go play football. But we don't have no pride when it rains. Liberian can't move. Where is the pride? This is Samson Toh, Liberian Public Radio. Again, I want to thank all of you that have been watching. Yeah, my brother. Thank you guys. Look, it's wonderful. Those of you, one guy came up here the other day and said, Mr. Toh, You're talking part of nonsense. If you were talking true, why would you get 15, 16 people watching you? Somebody wrote say, yeah, we'd rather have quality than quantity. I thought I loved that. It's a thing. Those of you 15, 16 are watching me, I want to thank you very much. Even if you don't watch me, I want to thank you very much. What I'm not going to do is to change my style because I want people to watch me and to be untruthful to myself, to be insult. What if I'm insult? Remember now, my studio is in my house. So why I'm causing people my and pie and things like that? Then my son come walking out here. Remember too now, I have my son. He operate my camera. You want me to cuss before my son? Is that what you want? I'm not gonna do that. God forbid. I'm not gonna do that. So if people can't watch me because I can't cuss, that's okay. That's okay. No, I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not going to call anybody's name because they have not given me punch. My brother, I'm just addressing you, Christopher. I know these people, but I'm not going to call them because they have not given me permission to call their names. These people are engineers. They work for state, work for the federal government, work for cities. Responsible people. I'm not just gonna call their name because they saw the president. The president, if the president and the Republic of Liberia, people in Liberia want, there's a way. They got Liberia Engineer Organization here in the United States. Contact them and say I need X, Y, and Z engineer, and they will put the word out. And people, those who have interest, will contact the government of the Republic of Liberia. That's how these things work. Okay. I'm just telling you that I'm no, when it comes to engineering, I'm nowhere around. Okay? I'm just little, and not even little. I don't even exist. As you can tell, the only thing I know how to talk about is total. Samson too. Okay, folks. Jesus, thank you very much for your. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. We really, really appreciate it. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Again, once again, I want to ask all of us to continue to keep Mr. Soul, Mr. Francis so and his family in our prayer as they gone through. He's in Liberia now to bury his brother, and so we'll continue to pray for him and let us pray for his safe return as well. These are very difficult time for all of us. And that's why he's not able to come on. From time to time, we'll try to take his space, but it's difficult. You know me. Once the camera open, I don't lie to you. I've been here now going to almost what, 2 hours? I've been talking. You not see me drink water? You think I'll come back again tomorrow? I just given it to you as it is. I'm being very truthful. These things are difficult. First of all, before you come out here, let me lay it out to you. Well, that's what I like myself. I don't like to lie. I don't like to hide. Okay? Before you come out here, you got to prepare your topic. Do a lot of writing night before. Now, for example, after my show now, I'll go and rest a little bit. And then tonight, I'll come out and what I'm going to be talking about Wednesday. Then I'll try to write about that. Then I'll go do little research, read on it a little bit more. Okay? And then before I come on, I will have all my stuff planned. Okay, you can't do that every night. Of course, CNN and other people do that. But who tell you say CNN? I'm a advance. How much you not see Afonso pay me? Afonso and Natalia, they refuse to pay me. They refuse to pay me. Speaking about the two gentlemen, the two people, they driving me crazy. I come and resign, sir. I come and resign. No, on a very serious note, my brothers and sisters, I want to thank all of you. I really enjoy these two gentlemen. I enjoy their company. For example, if I have issue right now, I call Nathaniel. He will stay right there in Philadelphia and fix my stuff. So same thing with Mr. So I really enjoy the two people company a lot. I want to thank all of you again tonight. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Before I go, let me go back to Benny again tonight. I think I need to do the Benny tonight. I'll just do a little bit of Benny, and then after that we will if I can find Benny, sir. Okay, I think this is it. after Benny, then I'll just do a little bit Benny. I'm not gonna do all of it. Okay, so just bear with me. Just bear with me. Samson to LIBERIA Radio. I want to thank all of you again. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Please appreciate my thanks. As I said, appreciate my thanks. No, I appreciate you. You don't appreciate me. You don't have nothing to appreciate me. What am I doing? So anyway, it's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. I want to thank all of you. Please, please, whatever you do, stay safe. It's very important that you stay safe. So you will join me Wednesday again and listen to me making fool out of myself. I can only do that before my brothers and sisters. I can't do it in front of a stranger. Why would I want to make a fool out of myself in front of a stranger? By myself, Liberian, if I have my brother and my sister watch it, I don't care making a fool out of myself. So again, thank you very much for joining us. Let's listen to this group from Benin.
Amor